What is going on, team? Welcome to the US of A. Hello, 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 hello. Just want to say you Chicago people are very stylish. On the way in, the Uber driver, what a shirt. Also, the skyline is beautiful. Anyway, team, I feel like we're stumbling our way towards the games. And in today's episode, I just kind of want to cover everything that I haven't covered in the news over the past couple of weeks. There's a lot of it. So sit back, relax, get yourself a bucket of tea, and enjoy the next 10 or so minutes. Let's start with this. Zach George, 100 kilos, put him next to the two Stoltman brothers, one of them the world's strongest man, and he looks tiny. They look like they'd eat him for breakfast. 2, if you're going to Madison and you're flying into Madison Airport, you're gonna get greeted with Tia, Katrin, and Medeiros. That's pretty cool. Don't wanna cover too much of this topic, but we had a team banned for drugs. And then as DJ Khaled would say, another one. Yep, we had another one. And then a couple of days later, yep, DJ Khaled returned and we had another one. Another one. Must be the tainted chicken. Sarah Sigma's daughter, she's not competing this year after an ACL rupture and reconstruction, but she's found another sport. Rate this swing 1 to 10 down below. Another one. In case you haven't realized, team, today's news is going to be all over the place. There is zero structure. This past week, we've also seen the release of the medals that the athletes will be receiving. What are your thoughts? My thoughts, honestly, I wouldn't be complaining if I was getting one, because it would mean I was at the games. Now this year and for the coming few years, it's the Nobull CrossFit Games. Used to be the Reebok CrossFit Games. However, you know what, Reebok? You're pretty smart. I'm gonna give you that. Just the other day, Reebok announced that they are offering $1 million worth of prizes for athletes at the CrossFit Games. Nearly as much as the prize purse itself. And what have the athletes got to do to get money? They've just got to wear the Reebok shoes and win an event, or finish second. If you're an individual or your teams, and you win an event, you'll get $10,000 from Reebok. If you finish second, you'll get $2,000 from Reebok. And looking at the comparison table, CrossFit are only paying $3,000 per event win and $2,000 for a second place. And then if we're looking at the teams, they ain't paying you anything if you win an event. So I think it's very likely that we're going to see a lot of teams take up the offer and wear Reebok shoes over the games. They haven't just stopped there. Age group and adaptive divisions will win $1,000 if they're wearing the Reebok shoes and they win an event, $500 if they get second. In those divisions, CrossFit aren't offering any money for a win or a second. Honestly, I think this is awesome. You know, it's more money in the sport. It's been a rough year for a lot of athletes and it's expensive to get to the games from some parts in the world. If there's a wheelhouse event and you know you can smash it, there could be $10,000 on the line for you, and I think that's awesome. Plus the cash that you'd get from CrossFit. It's a win-win. Business smart. I like it a lot. Also, speaking of business, Hustle Made launch is now live. HustleMade.com, you can get this tank, the most comfy tank in the game. Not even lying. Try it. Only legends can wear the apparel. And you're all legends. Now, before we talk about who may be winning those events, Make What's Great Again put out a great couple of memes about the timeline of being at the CrossFit Games if you're an athlete. For the teams, yay, we passed the test. Nobull gives us free stuff. This can sucks. Good job, Mayhem. In the men's field, oh my God, hi everyone. Nobull gives you free stuff again. Again, rest of it can sucks. And at the end, thank you, Matt, not for being here. And then in the women's field, oh my God, hi everyone. Nobull gives you free stuff again. Again, it can sucks. And great job, Tia. I really appreciated those ones. I thought they were funny. Looking at the fields this year, on the female side, you definitely can't bet against Tia Claire Toomey. Like, touch wood, and unless something goes wrong, I feel like she's so strong, it's gonna take something special to beat her. However, on the male side, I have no clue. BKG, super consistent. Noah Olsen, you can never bet against him. Scott Panchik, he's always up there and around there. Vellner, he's just turned 30. He's become a new dad. He actually answered on Instagram too, which CrossFitters he thinks are assholes.
They're mostly all pretty great, so pretty much just me, I guess.
And obviously with Pat, it looks like he's been enjoying his training. Justin Medeiros, everyone's expecting big things from him this year. The dark horse for me, Jason Hopper, after winning the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge against some tough competitors. The list on the male side could go on and I can't wait to watch it. Now in Chandler Smith's training camp, he's found a new hat and apparently, according to Samuel Quant, he's not taking it off. I mean, it's a swag hat. Now let's quickly have a look at a couple of the events that are coming up, that have been teased. You know, we don't know everything about the events that have been released, but we do know a little bit. Already covered it. First event, it's gonna be a long swim. It's gonna be an even longer paddle.
Swim, distance, long, and paddle. Distance, even longer.
Sean Sweeney's hoping for the swim to be over a mile long. Event number 2, It'll be a sled pull, pig flip, 42 muscle ups. We don't know if they're going to be rings, bar, burpee, bar muscle ups, burpee ring muscle ups, pig flip, and then into sled pull. A lot of the athletes have been trying to get their hands on a pig. A couple of guys have found a female one and they had to use their imagination to make it the male weight. Check this out. We then also got the Dave Castro bad handwriting bat. Event 5, it's going to be 4 rounds for time, 4 rounds for time. 4 rope climbs, 500, 400 meter ski, and a sandbag carry. We don't know if they're going to be legless, we don't know if they're going to be normal rope climbs. We also don't know the sandbag weight or distance, you know, just keeps us guessing. Then we got individual event 8, and it was one simple video. Since that video, we've seen a lot of athletes taking on the poles for walking upside down. Cara said on her Instagram, with the size of her legs, she's not been blessed to be upside down. And then, probably the most exciting one to be announced thus far, a 550-yard sprint. Now the video...
Event 3 is a 550-yard sprint.
If people set off like that, we're going to see some giraffes towards the end. And by that I mean the legs not working and you being all over the place. It's a 500 meter sprint. It's not a 400, which a lot of athletes will know their time for. It's 100 meters past that, so it's going to be an interesting one to see how people game it. But I'm going to tell you this, that's probably going to be one of the most exciting events. Flat out pain. And then in some Dave Castro savage style, he took to his story the other day and blocked someone. Adrian Munweiler posted this and said, when Castro's first sentence at the athletes dinner will, the games are going to be the hardest games ever. Dave Castro then took to his story and said, well, he wasn't able to compete in the hardest to date 2020. So in his case, yes, this will be his hardest to date. Savage, calling him out. And seeing as we're talking about personalities, we've seen the return of Greg Glassman.
What?
He spoke to The New Yorker, but basically in the last couple of weeks, he's launched an Instagram page called The CrossFit Book. Did it quietly, and the bio reads the origin story of CrossFit and Glassman is coming. Pretty crazy. Along with that, we've seen Resurgence, the movie be released by the Buttery Bros, and it went to #1 in America. We've also had the date for the Open be released, Thursday the 24th of February. Eric Rose has been super open about trying to get 500,000 people to compete in the Open, that's his goal. So he's given us a lot of time. Someone got a tattoo about the squat. Each to their own. And we've had the Reebok Nano X Froning be released, and this is what it looks like. What are your thoughts? Here's Fikowski biking in a bike helmet on a stationary bike. And here is The Rock, looking solid. I think he should change his name to Boulder. Anyway team, there is some of the news. There's probably a lot more. I'll try and catch up with it over the next couple of days. But if you did enjoy today's video, please do smash that like button, it always does help. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. We've got some cool content coming over the next couple of weeks. And as always, if no one's told you today, you're an absolute legend. Also head over to hustlemade.com, buy some of the sickest merch. We'll catch you in the next one.